Hello and welcome back. In the previous part we were talking about one way of doing the interaction between objects, or the player and some other objects, and we called it the simple way. In this part I will show you how to do it a bit better. Let's call it the better way. So in the previous part we had this scene here where we could turn on and off a light and open and closing a gate. And the script responsible for doing it was the player controller that was checking if we were interacting with something. Then we would look what object did we interact with and run a different script depending on it, what we interacted with. So let's change this a bit. Let's create an interface that is called IInteractable. Every interactable object will implement this script, this interface. So create a C# script, call it IInteractable. It's the naming convention for interfaces to start with an I. Let's go inside and change class to interface, remove monoBehavior and remove both the methods. And we only need one method in our case. You can of course add as many methods and variables as you want, but for this particular case we only need one, and that is void interact. So a method that every object that implementing interactable must implement. Let's go to our orange switch, and after monoBehavior let's make a comma and write IInteractable. And you see it turning red because we haven't implemented the method it requested. And the method was public void interact. As soon as we wrote it, it turned green. Or I don't know why it's green, it's something buggy with this. But never mind the green, it's okay now. And what do we want to do in the interact? Well, we want to do exactly the same as we did in the open close gate. So let's take everything inside this method and move it here instead, and remove this method. Alright, let's do the same for the pink switch. After monoBehavior, IInteractable, and instead of creating the new method we already know, we can just change the name of the one we have, like so. Now we have an orange switch, it has the interact method, and we have a pink switch with the same method, and both are implementing IInteractable. Now in the player controller, instead of looking what object we are hitting, we are interacting with, we only need to see that the object that we are interacting with implements IInteractable. So let's create an IInteractable equal to hitObject.getComponent.IInteractable. Every object we are interacting with should have this interface, but we might have forgotten one and put it on the interactable layer anyway, so we should save check if it's null. If interactable is not equal to null, then we'll run the interactable.interact method. Now if it's the pink switch that we are hitting on, we will get the IInteractable object from it, and then we will run the interact. And likewise if it's the orange switch. So it doesn't really matter what we are interacting with anymore. The player doesn't care. The player will do the same exact thing if he's interacting with a door, a switch, an NPC, anything. So let's go back and try it in Unity and see if it still works as it did before. Let's go to the pink switch. It's still turning on and off, and the orange gate is still closing and opening. And the script became much more simple and versatile. just by adding this little interface. Alright, this was actually it for a better way of doing the interact. I hope you understood it, and I hope you will use this way instead of the other way. And I will actually make a third part for this, where I will do a door that is locked and show you how you can solve that one. Okay, see you in the third part.